Good morning, students. So welcome back to the chemistry class. And this is the last revision class of the first semester. I hope last two chapters, that is chapter number 3 and 2 is clear. All the concept regarding that is clear, and hope that you people are learning also, okay, and are underlining the important points and going through all those things which I have already told you. So students, you are already aware with the pattern of the question paper, I think so, because in the syllabus I have mentioned the pattern also. So have you gone through the pattern of the question paper? Okay, so that is the same way as you were receiving in the last two class 6, 7, the same way the question paper will be there, but only difference that is related to the formulas and all. Okay, so some little bit difference will be there. Otherwise, all the other things are clear. Okay, so you should go to the pattern also. Okay, and now students, today we are going to revise the last chapter, that is matter. I have told you that this is the last chapter which we are going to revise. So students, let's start our class. Okay, so before that, I would like to tell you and remind you again, please enter the class with your proper name. If I find anyone entering with improper name, then I will be removing that student from the class. Okay. So as we already know that the matter which we found around us, whatever the matter is made up of small particles called molecules. Okay. And you are very much aware that how molecules are being arranged in any matter. Okay. So in some of the matter, you find more intermolecular force, less intermolecular space, like this difference will be there. So in some it will be more, or in some it will be less. So can you tell me what is the relationship between the intermolecular force and intermolecular space? I've told you one relationship, no? What is the relationship between intermolecular force and intermolecular space? What happens? Who will tell? Only 5? When I was explaining, only 5 students were there? Yes, Agnik.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, intermolecular force decreases with increasing intermolecular space.
Means only decreases. You can tell me as a whole, as a summary, what is the relationship? You are right, but I want the summary. Who will tell me the summary? Yes, Akash.
Yes, as intermolecular space increases, the intermolecular force of attraction decreases.
Okay, that is okay. But one relationship I've told you to remember. Short form. Okay, Shanvi will tell.
Ma'am, intermolecular force is inversely proportional to intermolecular space.
Yes, inversely proportional to space. Okay, intermolecular force is inversely proportional to intermolecular space. Means what? If the force, intermolecular force will increase, intermolecular space will decrease. If intermolecular force will decrease, the intermolecular space will increase. So this is what we observe now in solid state. Molecules are very much in compact situation, means they are having very high intermolecular force of attraction. So as a result, what happens to the intermolecular space? Intermolecular space is negligible in the case of solid state. Is that clear? Kuch aaya na? Some action you can show. Okay. Then what happens in the liquid state? The intermolecular force of attraction is not that much strong. It is somewhat less. And as a result, what happens? The intermolecular space also increase. So as the intermolecular force will decrease, intermolecular space keeps on increasing. What happens in the case of gaseous state? The intermolecular force of attraction is almost negligible. So as a result, intermolecular space is very much in between the molecules. So have you understood relationship between these two? And if you know this, if you keep this relationship in your mind, then if somebody asks you that in solid state, what is intermolecular, explain solid state with respect to intermolecular force and intermolecular space, then you can easily tell it or explain it with the help of this relationship. No need of learning anything. Just keep this relationship in your mind and then you will tell. If I ask you that in solid state, how you will explain it with respect to intermolecular force and intermolecular space, then you will explain that in the case of solid, molecules are very much tightly packed and as a result, intermolecular force of attraction is very much high, and as a result, what happens? Intermolecular space is very much less, or it is negligible. Clear? So this way you will be explaining. So I think all these things are clear because you are learning this from class 6. Okay, clear, no? Next is state of matter. Now you have already learned there are 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, and you have already learned about one example, that is water, which exists in all the 3 states. Okay, that exists in ice, that exists in water, and also exists in water vapor. Now, can you please tell me, water exists in the 3 states: ice, water, and water vapor. So what is the formula of water in all these 3? What is the formula of water? Who will tell? Confused? Very easy, huh? Everyone raise hand. All students, only some of the students are fixed for every class. Shagul.
Good morning, ma'am.
Tell, what is the formula of water in ice?
H2O.
Water?
H2O. H2O.
Right. So what we find in all the 3 states, though the state is getting differ, but the formula or the chemical composition of water does not change. It remains same in all the 3 states. Okay. So this is what happened. Okay. Now, if the formula is remaining same, then why there is change in state? Water formula is not changing, no. It is H2 in all the 3. But why there is change in state? Who will explain me this? What caused the change in the state? What caused the change in state? Who will tell? Yes, Shabina.
Good morning, ma'am. It's because of the intermolecular force of attraction and intermolecular space.
So as a whole, what you can speak? You are right. Who will explain me in a better way? Proper sentence. Sure.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Ma'am,
Cutting.
ma'am, in space.
Divakar.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, water is in a different state is for the amount of water in a different.
I'm not asking about the water, Divakar. I'm asking why there is change in state. There are various things, no? Even in the case of sublimation, iodine, its chemical composition does not change when it changes into its vapor form. Similar happen things with the naphthalene also. Formula does not change. I'm asking that why there is change in state, not particularly with water. As a whole. Shivam.
This change of state caused by the intermolecular force of attraction and intermolecular spaces.
I will tell you because I think some internet connection problem is there. Okay. So there is change in state. Why? Because every substance have difference in the intermolecular space and intermolecular force of attraction. Though the water formula does not change in all the 3 states, but the molecular arrangement change. The way molecules arrange themselves in all the 3 is different. And that is due to difference in the intermolecular space and intermolecular force of attraction. Are you clear? Okay. So due to these 2, there is change in state. So in which state smallest intermolecular force of attraction is there? In which state smallest intermolecular force of attraction? One word for the following. In which state smallest intermolecular force of attraction? Yes, Anshika.
Ma'am, in gas.
Very good. In the gaseous state. So I think everything is clear. Now I can move to the next topic. Okay, so this explains the general behavior of solid, liquid, and gas. Now, interconversion of state of matter. Interconversion of state of matter means what? Solid to liquid. See, there is difference between conversion and interconversion. I've told you in the last class, sorry, not last class, when I was teaching this chapter, chapter number 1. I've told you there is difference between the interconversion and conversion. Interconversion means what? It will repeat itself. The change will repeat back and will come to its original state. But conversion does not mean that it will come back to the original state. Okay? When iron converts into rust, so the rust does not change back to the iron. So that is conversion. Interconversion means what? You are changing ice into water and water into water vapor, and then again the water vapor can change into water and then water into ice. So this is a reversible process. Okay, so now we are going to talk about interconversion of state of matter. Okay, so we have just seen that this can be brought about without changing in the composition. Composition does not change, no? Is it so? Composition is changing. Chemical composition is not changing. It is same in the interconversion. Only in conversion it will change. Keep this thing in your mind. In conversion it will change. Interconversion it will not change. समझ में आया? Okay. So now some of the definitions are there. When solid change into liquid, what that is known? And what is the temperature called? Solid changes into liquid. That is known as what? And what that temperature is at which it happens? Jilin.
Miss melting.
Melting. And temperature?
Miss 100 degrees Celsius.
Please, Jilin, that is for water. I'm asking as a general thing. That is known as?
0 degrees Celsius.
No, Jilin, please don't.
Melting.
Okay. Next. Sunishta.
Yes, miss. Miss, it is called melting, and miss, the temperature is called melting point.
Melting point. Jilin, have you got it? Melting point. Don't say 100 degree and 0 degree. I'm not asking about the water. I'm asking that what that temperature as a general known as the constant temperature at which the solid will completely change into the liquid state or start changing to the liquid state is known as melting point. It is a constant temperature. And the process is known as melting. Similarly, when the liquid change into gas, that is known as, and what that temperature known as? Rudransh.
Miss, the change is known as evaporation or vaporization, and the temperature is known as boiling point.
Boiling point. When the liquid start changes into vapor, that constant temperature. Okay. Then next, when gas change into liquid, that is known as what? And what the temperature known as? Same students. Yes, Gaurav.
Ma'am, condensation.
And that temperature?
Condensation point.
Condensation point. Or one more term we use. Or who will tell me the other name for that? Saksham will tell. Event. Akansha.
Yes, miss condensing point.
No, that is okay, but one more term we use, no, for that. Who will tell that? Catherine.
Miss liquefaction.
Liquefaction point. Yes, right. Okay. So boiling point is also known by the term vaporization point, and the condensation is also known as liquefaction, which you have already learned in your previous class. That is not new. Now next, when liquid change into solid, that is known as Saksham. You will tell or you will vanish? Okay, you will tell. Tell.
It is called a freezing point.
Freezing point, and that process is known as freezing. Okay. So I think that these things are clear. Okay, and the constant temperature, all these things, boiling point, melting point, condensation point, freezing point, all these happens at a constant temperature. So when you write the definition, don't forget to write the term constant temperature, because see, it will not happen ki kabhi bhi. No, it will happen at a fixed temperature. It will start at a fixed temperature and then it will proceed, go on proceeding. Okay, so it starts. Suppose water is there, then it will start to melt at a particular temperature. Then it start to boil at a particular temperature. Okay, 100 degrees Celsius. Like this only it will happen. So melting and freezing both have same temperature, that is 0 degree, and condensation and evaporation both have same temperature, 100 degree. Now why it is so? That is due to the latent heat, which I will not tell you at this level. I have already told you that you will be learning about this in the higher class. For that you need to learn about the graph, which is not needed at your level. Okay. Next is doubt will be taken at the last. So nobody will raise hand now. Now we are going to see about the kinetic theory of matter. In that we have seen some of the postulate which explains the kinetic behavior of the kinetic means what? Movement. How the movement of molecule is there in the 3 state. Kinetic means movement. Okay? So in this we have seen what is the behavior of the molecules in the 3 state in terms of their motion. Okay? So first of all, we have seen that all matter is made up of tiny particles which are known as molecules. Okay, very first point was that. And then second point is in the solid state, molecules do not move. Instead, they are fixed at their position and they show only one motion, that is known as vibratory motion. They don't show any movement, in translatory motion they don't show, they show vibratory motion. Then second, for the liquid state, we have seen the molecules do not leave the space. Instead, they move among themselves and they show what type of motion? Translatory motion. From one position to another, they move and they collide among themselves. Then for the gaseous state, we have seen molecules move independent of each other. Means they do not, it's not related to anyone. They move anywhere in the space. Okay. And when they do so, they collide with themselves, they collide among themselves, and they also collide with the walls of the container. And due to this only, pressure is there. Okay, I have told you that gases are stored at very high pressure. Okay, so what makes this pressure? How the gases are making pressure? Because they continuously put pressure on the walls of the containers. I am storing gas in this container, which is closed. Then what will gas do? It will not stay compact together. No, they will not stay compact together. Instead, they will put pressure like this. Continuously, they will put pressure like this in all directions. And when they do so, they exert pressure in all the direction. Okay, so this results in the pressure of the gas. Liquid also do, but liquid will only generate pressure on side walls and down, not upper. Okay, so pressure will be there in the case of liquid also. Above also they can exert pressure if the container is fully filled with the liquid. If container is fully filled, then they can put pressure. Liquid can also put pressure. If you will try to put liquid in this closed container means above its level, then what will happen? It will burst. Liquid also, how dam get damaged? Due to pressure of the water. So pressure is there in the liquid also. Okay. But gases, what they do? Even though you're putting whatever amount of gas, little gas, more gas, whatever, they will exert pressure on the walls. Okay? In the case of liquid, if it is more liquid, then only it can happen. But in the case of gas, if little amount of gas is there, then also pressure is needed. Yeah. Now this next is, now can you tell me the energy generated due to the motion? I've told you that in all the three states, they show some sort of motion. Even in the solid state, they show some motion, vibratory motion. So what that motion results, that motion results into an energy. What that energy is known as? The energy due to the motion of the molecules, or you can say that the energy due to the motion. It's not only for the molecules. Vartika.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy, very correct. Okay, so energy due to the motion. So molecules, what they do, they continuously move, and when they move, they produce energy, which is known as kinetic energy. Okay. Next, the relationship which I have told you with kinetic energy and temperature. Last class also we have discussed. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. Means if the temperature will increase, kinetic energy will also increase. If the temperature will decrease, kinetic energy will also decrease. This is only happen, no, in the solid state. Okay? In the solid state, what is happened? Molecules are very much close. Means they are very much lazy. They don't move here and there. So suddenly when you provide temperature to it, the motion starts. The motion of the molecules will start. And when the motion of the molecules will start, they will start separating themselves and they change into the other state. Okay. So if you increase the temperature, kinetic energy of the molecules will also increase. If you decrease the temperature, kinetic energy of the molecule will decrease. Clear? So this was all about the postulate of the kinetic theory of the matter. Now we are going to revise that how kinetic theory of matter, whatever postulates which we have studied just now, how we can explain the interconversion of state of matter. How we are going to explain. Suppose if we talk about change solid to liquid, means I want to ask you that how you are going to explain melting. In book directly they have not mentioned melting, but the solid changing into liquid is melting. So in question they have asked, no, explain melting process with the help of kinetic theory of matter. Okay, so who will explain me this now? Don't learn it by heart. If point is there, then marks will be given. Explain in your terms. Who will explain me melting process with the help of kinetic theory of matter? Amarnath.
Yes, sir. Good morning. When a solid is heated, its molecules start gaining energy. When they start gaining energy, they start to vibrate more vigorously. And if we provide a constant temperature, and if we provide more and more temperature, the molecules gain that so much of energy that at a point they leave their intermolecular force. And
no, they leave their space, fixed space.
They leave their fixed space, and a solid starts to melt.
Okay. Who will explain? Divakar.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when a solid is heated, the kinetic energy of its molecule increases and they vibrate more vigorously, resulting in an increase in the intermolecular force of.
He has learned by heart. Have you learned the answer?
No, ma'am, I have understood.
Okay.
Ma'am, when a solid is heated, the kinetic energy of its molecule increases and they vibrate more vigorously, resulting in an increase in the intermolecular force of attraction and decrease in the intermolecular space. If the temperature continues to increase, then at a certain point or temperature, the intermolecular force of attraction will increase and the intermolecular space will decrease to such an extent that the solid will start changing into its liquid state. The process of conversion of a solid into its liquid state at a particular temperature on heating is known as melting, and the temperature at which a solid melts and changes into its liquid state on heating is known as melting point.
Okay, so he has given the perfect answer. Okay, so everything is being explained. Now I will explain in a simple term. Okay, so in the solid state, what happens? The molecules are present in the fixed position. Okay, they show only vibratory motion. They vibrate at the fixed position. But as you will start providing energy, their vibratory motion, the vibratory motion will increase. They will start to vibrate more vigorously, and when you will keep on providing more temperature, at one point that molecules which was vibrating vigorously, it will leave its position and will start to move here and there. Okay, and that temperature is known as melting point, and at that temperature only the solid will start change into liquid. Okay, so this is what happens. Next is liquid to solid. Liquid to solid means what? Freezing. Okay, who will explain it? Freezing. Shreya.
Yes, miss. When the solid is cooled, the kinetic energy of the particles decreases, and if the temperature is lowered, then they move shorter and shorter distances, and that and the and the intermolecular space decreases, and the intermolecular force of attraction increases, and in that state they freeze, and it is also called as solidification, and the at the constant temperature at which they freeze is called the freezing point, and when the freezing point and the
Okay, correct. So generally what happens in the freezing liquid, what we see that the molecules do translatory motion, means they move here and there. Okay, so as you will start decreasing the temperature, the translatory motion will become slow, and when you will extract more temperature, or when you will make the temperature more low, the translatory motion will change into vibratory motion. It will get fixed at its fixed position and will start to vibrate. Okay, so this is known as freezing point. Clear? So this is what happens in the freezing. Next is, see, generally in the liquid, molecules move one place to another. That is known as translatory motion. So translatory motion will become slow. Slowly, they will get fixed at a position. When you will start extracting the temperature or start making the temperature low. Okay? This is what happens in the freezing point. Next is liquid to gas conversion. That is evaporation. Now who will explain with this? Very first question I want to ask related to it. Evaporation happens at all temperature or at fixed temperature? Shreyansh Tiwari.
No, means it's happened below the boiling point of a substance.
Huh? Please be louder, Shreyansh.
Means it's happened below the boiling point of the substance.
You want to say that it happens at all the temperature. Okay, evaporation does not happen only at that temperature. It can happen at all temperature. You keep water open for some times or for 2 days. You just measure. I have told you now this. You measure the level of water, and then after that, after some day or 1 day, you measure the level of water again. There will be decrease in the level of water. Why? Because molecules, what they do, they continuously leave the space. Okay, so evaporation happens at all the temperature, but full evaporation means liquid will fully evaporate. All the molecules will leave at one temperature, that is known as vaporization point. Okay, so what happens in this? Who will explain? Shantanu.
Good morning, ma'am. When the particles of a liquid they are in continuous motion, and during which they collide among themselves. If a collision is strong, so some of the molecules can get enough kinetic energy.
Due to the collision, molecules will leave the space. Yes, collision is responsible for the molecules to leave the space. That because of this only evaporation happens at all temperature.
Yes, ma'am. And then if we raise the temperature, the kinetic energy of the particle increases and they collide more and more strongly, and this causes faster evaporation. At the boiling point, the kinetic energy of the particle increases to an extent that all particles can escape. This process is called boiling and takes place at a constant temperature.
So at boiling point, the collision of the particles become that much strong that the molecule starts to leave. Almost all molecules starts to leave the space, and that is known as evaporation, and that happens at a particular temperature, boiling point. See, evaporation happens at all the temperature, but at boiling point, what happened? The collision becomes very much strong, and because of this, almost all molecules try to leave the space. Okay? Faster evaporation of the liquid. Next is gas to liquid. Now this is very easy. Condensation. Condensation, what happens? Shabia.
Good morning, Miss. In gaseous state, the particles move very fast independently. So when the kinetic energy is provided, when the kinetic energy is lowered.
Not kinetic energy. Please don't do lower the temperature. You can't make the kinetic energy.
Yes, yes.
Temperature is lowered.
When the temperature is lowered, the kinetic energy of the particle is also lowered. So the liquid, it condenses into this.
What happens to the molecules?
Means the molecules collide among themselves and they form bigger clusters or lumps. So the gases changes into a liquid.
Formation of cluster happens. Okay. So what happens in the gaseous state? Molecules move independent of each other. As you lower the temperature, the molecules will start to come closer to each other. And while they do so, they form clusters. Okay. They join among themselves. Okay. They start to form cluster, and by this way only this happens. Condensation happens. Clear, everyone? Saksham want to say something. Yes, Saksham, say.
Yes, I want to ask something.
Ask.
Yes, sir, I want to ask some. In the book only I have to ask about.
Oh, okay. From book you only ask.
I have to ask about electrolysis.
Huh?
I have to ask about electrolysis.
Electrolysis.
Yes, ma'am.
That I will not tell now. Now you read from the book that electrolysis, because chapter 1 revision we are taking. Electrolysis, how I will explain. Electrolysis, nothing important is there. Okay. I will come to that topic in the next chapter. Now in the coming chapter, electrolysis is again there. In that I will explain deep. For electrolysis, only one thing you have to keep in mind, that is diagram. Nothing important is there for that electrolysis. Okay, don't worry. Because electrolysis is explained more clearly in the coming chapter. I will explain that. Okay, mute yourself. Okay, next is the condition of change of state differ from substance to substance. So every substance is having different boiling point, melting point. So why it happens? Why every substance is having different change of state? Why? Kaustav.
Yes, ma'am, because of their different intermolecular spaces and intermolecular force of attraction.
Okay, because every substance have different intermolecular force of attraction, intermolecular space. So due to this, every substance is having different change of state. Means the difference in the change of condition of change of state. Different condition means what? Boiling point, melting point. Okay, all these things differ. Next is conservation of mass. Now we are coming to the old topic. Conservation of mass. Mass is neither created nor destroyed, but it can change from one form to another. Okay. And one more thing is there. Who will tell that? Complete the sentence. Yashi.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hmm.
Mass can neither be created nor destroyed. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be changed from one form to another. And the total mass of the substance after the change or
Before and after the change remain the same. So this is the condition. Total mass of substance before and after the change, whether it is a physical change or chemical change, total mass of substance before and after the change remain the same. So this was the summary. Now, next we have seen about the physical change. We have already discussed in the last chapter. In physical change, law of conservation of mass is valid. Okay, change of state we have seen. Then we have seen about what? Glowing of bulb, and then what else? Then expansion and contraction of metal. All these things we have seen. In that we have seen that there is no change of mass before and after the change. Next is chemical change. For the chemical change, how we justify this law? Total mass of the reactants will always be equal to total mass of the product. Though it seems that the substance is decreased when chemical change happens or increase. ऐसा नहीं होता chemical change में हमेशा decrease होगा, increase भी हो सकता है. Rusting. In the case of rusting, the mass of the product is increased as compared, means mass of that nail is increased. No, rust formation is there. Okay, and what happens while we burn? It seems that the mass of the substance decrease, but it does not happen. Okay, individual mass change. Difference between individual mass of the individual substance will change in the chemical change, but mass of the individual substance will not change in the physical change. But the total mass of the reactant and product will be same in the chemical change. And reactant and product term you will use only in the case of chemical change, not in physical change. In physical change, you will not say the total mass of the reactant will equal to product. No. Only for the chemical change we will use this. The total mass of the reactant will be equal to total mass of the product. For the physical change, you will say that the mass of the substance before the change and after the change is same. Clear? Like this you will be explaining. Next, one experiment is there. So, any doubt in the experiment? Any doubt in the experiment? I will not explain that experiment again. In book it is given clearly, you have to learn it. Okay, it is there just to justify the law of conservation of mass in the case of chemical change. So I think that example is clear. No? Clear, no? Okay. Okay, now you can ask your doubts related to first chapter. Yes, Costa.
Ma'am, except ethanol, can any substance change without a constant temperature? Like ethanol changes.
Acetone is also there. It also evaporates at every temperature. Nail paint remover. You keep open for some time, it will evaporate.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, there are various substances. So you will be learning in coming chapters. Means
Ma'am, can I tell the experiment? Can I tell the experiment?
No, don't tell experiment. Time will be wasted. Ritika Rajput. Yes, Ritika. Okay, Saksham.
Just like in the law of conservation of mass, there will be some formula also, no?
What formula? See, I have given one chart, no? Okay, one chart I have told. Everyone seen that chart, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Below the diagram and chart I have posted. So those who have not seen in the homework, please see that. One chart is there below it, below the diagram. So you have to learn that formula. I have written, learn it. In book also it is given, and I am telling you again, you have to learn the formulas which is given in your book as well as that chart. So formulas can be asked in between also. I will not tell na formula, which formula I am going to ask. So that formula will be there. Okay, you have to learn the formula. Akarsh, your hand is already raised, Saksham. Don't do like this. What is this? Huh? Akarsh.
Yes, miss. Miss, how evaporation can happen at any temperature?
Because of the collision. See, in the liquid state, molecules are not in the constant state. Instead, they move here and there, and while they do their motion, translatory motion, they collide among themselves. That is not that much strong, but sometimes the strong collision can happen. बहुत तेजी से लड़ेगा, and because of that, what happens? The intermolecular force of attraction will break. Due to the strong collision, intermolecular force of attraction will break, and this lead that molecule to leave the space. Yeah,
Miss, but if water is there, it will evaporate from 0 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. No, because at 100 degrees Celsius, Miss,
100 degrees Celsius only.
Telling the range.
See, actually, at 100 degrees Celsius, all the molecules will tend to leave the space. Sabhi molecules.
Yes.
That happens. Full evaporation will happen. So that is the difference.
So, Miss, after 100 degrees Celsius, it cannot happen only.
100 degrees Celsius, nothing will be left, Akash.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
That is the limit at which the whole water will change into vapor.
So, ma'am, that is why the limit is 100 degrees Celsius. So, how we can say it is at the all degree temperature? Means it can happen every time.
Due to some collision, some strong collision can happen.
Okay.
Okay. If you want full evaporation, fast evaporation, then you have to bring the water at boiling point. So this is the difference. Rudransh.
Good morning, Miss. Miss, I have two doubts. Miss, as the movement of molecule is maximum in the gases, so Miss, the kinetic energy will also be maximum in gas only.
Yes, relation is there.
And Miss, second one in copy one question is asked that state the law of conservation of mass in a chemical change. So Miss, in that we can explain any chemical change, like burning of wood also we can explain.
See, experiment they have asked. No, explain it with the help of experiment.
Yes, I'm seeing. Miss, it is asked that state the law of conservation of mass in a chemical change.
No, they have asked state the law of conservation of mass only. So only you will write the law.
Yes.
Only law, then only law you write. Why you will write example? I have not told you that explain it with the help of example. I have not asked. So if I ask you explain it with the help of example, but in the book 6th question describe an experiment. Example to pucha hi nahi na.
We will write.
Experiment will be there, then you have to give that experiment which is given in your book. That is full experiment. Clear?
Miss.
Yes, Riddhi.
Miss, I wanted to ask that, Miss, can question come from inside of the book?
Yes, it will come.
Okay, Miss. And Miss, I wanted to ask, like, if question
means that a full long question I will not ask, but some question small or what I will not tell everything, no. But maximum thing I have given already to learn.
Yes,
only small thing can be asked.
Yes, Miss, and I wanted to ask, like, if question came sedimentation, decantation, then we have to also draw it. Like, Miss, if we have to draw filtration, then Miss, full marks will be given if we only write or draw.
For diagram, if you will draw the diagram, then it is good. But if you will not draw the diagram, then also no problem. But if I ask you draw the diagram, if you have not drawn the diagram, then marks will be deducted. Read the question carefully while you do the answers. If I ask you draw diagram and you are not drawing diagram, then why I will not deduct marks.
No, Miss, it is not asked then.
Then no problem. But in the drawing diagram is one question is there, no? Draw diagrams also. There you don't skip it. There I will not give marks if you will not draw diagram. Okay, Hari Om.
In this experiment, barium chloride is mixed with sodium sulfate solution. Miss, then why we are not mixing directly, that we are keeping in a conical flask in small quantity?
Because I want to measure the mass of the reactants first, separately. If we will mix, then reaction will happen and product will form. Then how will measure the mass of the reactant? I want to get mass of the reactant first and then mass of the product. That is why I'm not mixing it. I'm keeping it separately. And that is why that much precaution is also taken, dropper thing, for a precise experiment to happen. Artika.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Miss, please explain adsorption.
Adsorption is the surface phenomena actually. Okay, absorption. I have made so much correction in your copy related to absorption and adsorption. Please take care of it. Okay, adsorption. This is adsorption. Don't write absorption. There is difference, vast difference between adsorption and absorption. Absorption happens as a whole. For example, sponge. It absorbs the water. So it is uniformly distributed. Substance uniformly distributed in the case of absorption. But adsorption is the surface phenomena in which surface phenomena means what? Substance is present only on the surface. Okay, it is loosely bonded with the surface. So this is adsorption. Okay.
Miss, you can please give an example of adsorption.
Adsorption, that only. So if you take the paper and hold it in contact with water, what you see, the water starts to move up. So that is adsorption. It happens on the surface of the paper. पूरा paper नहीं भीग जाता. बाद दूसरी तुम पूरा पानी में डाल दो, तो it will absorb. But when you will just keep that in contact with the water, water starts to move up. So that is the surface phenomena. It happens only at the surface. Okay. Yeah. So chromatography is that only surface thing. It based on the principle of adsorption.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, in chapter 3, one big table is there on page number 30. So it will also come.
What picture?
Miss, on page number 30.
Big table. That you learn. I will not tell, no. I don't know. Actually, I forgot how I made the paper. So you just see, you have to go through each and every point in the book. Don't leave anything. Even I have learned it by heart, everything. So why you will not learn? Learn it?
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Kaustav.
Ma'am, can you please tell the latent heat of fusion?
No, I will not tell. There is time. Time is over. Okay. And next class also you people have to study. No, and that is not needed also. So I will not tell. Saksham.
Miss, what is incorrect in the law of conservation of mass?
What?
Miss, what is incorrect in the law of conservation of mass?
Nothing is incorrect.
Yes, but it is said that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed by a chemical reaction. Miss, but law of conservation of mass is not for nuclear reactions.
Or
nuclear reactions.
Maybe you are asking beyond the level. I will not tell this all these things. Please, you want to ask all these things, you meet me separately. We will discuss it. Okay. In class, you are asking. Okay, students. I think everything is clear now. I'm leaving because you have to go. Strictly, we have told that we have to take only the class time only. So, okay, all the very best for your exam. Do very well. Okay, I hope that everything is clear. Okay, and read the book. Still read the book. Underline the important points. Learn all the formulas, everything. Okay, learn all the questions. Practice the diagram. Okay. Thank you, students.